And there you go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jericho. Again, yeah, happy weekend to you too. So, because of the oddness of the scheduling of the drafts, I can't wait for Sunday, or else I'm gonna miss this one. So I'm going to do a warm up draft here. Then I'm probably gonna do another draft, most likely because I'm going to mess this one up really bad. It's okay. It's just a warm up for funsies. Let's just see how well we do or how poorly we do. It is what it is. So don't forget to say ready. And let's see, what do I remember about this one? You definitely want to be in a removal color at least, so black or red. Green is actually one of the best ones to get creatures from. And well, I was gonna say that, but we kind of have to start with the combustible gear Hulk. There's really no reason not to. The bad news is we're passing a welding sparks. Okay, first I'm gonna click this one before I make a mistake. Yeah, but we're definitely taking combustible gear Hulk. 6/6 first strike with a reasonably good ability. Looks like everyone's taking other stuff. Hoping that green comes back, but it's kind of unlikely. But let's see. Maybe we can be the one cutting off green, but we should probably cut off red first for the most part. And just like that, we lead off with a long tusk cub. Oh my goodness, I don't want to pass green. I want to be the one taking green, but it might not happen. The safest bet I said is take red, so that's a Chandra's Revolution we can start with. Actually, Sweatworks Brawler is also a good one if we can get into like red-white aggro. Might want to take the removal spell first, though this is not the best one. It's still a removal spell. I have to choose between the removal spell and a menace creature that we can possibly knock out at least a turn earlier. This is tough. It's also Chief of the Foundry, but we're not exactly in white or green. Let's take the Chandra's Revolution. Let's keep it safe, and we can regret it later. Didn't do hot on Kaladesh draft. Went 1-3 despite getting Aetherworks Marvel. Well, Aetherworks Marvel is really more of a constructed card. You have to be in green or blue to at least be in the energy colors. And the thing is, green is okay. Blue, not so much. In fact, I'm trying to avoid blue as much as I can. So let's see if we can do that. Nothing really exciting here. The safest card is probably just a Prophetic Prism. Because there's also Salivating Gremlins. This one didn't do so well for me. I think I'm just going to take the Prophetic Prism, keep it safe. Because we also need to have some artifacts. And nothing wrong with an artifact that just cycles, draws us a card. There's nothing too wrong with that one. I'm already starting to regret not taking the Sweatworks Brawler now. But default, it's removal, it's okay. I did not know I was going to get artifacts this early. I'm not even sure how many artifacts I'm gonna get early, but I might want to start prioritizing looking for 2-drop artifacts, 3-drop artifacts. It's also kind of ways around like for example this one asks us to have more artifacts. There's a Pacification Array, which is a very good control card. It's very horrible otherwise. There's removal in a sense. There's also an Aether Chaser. This also gets us it's a Piker with first strike. I'm actually more inclined to take this one, though. Also, the problem is you really want to reduce the cost, otherwise a 6-mana 4/4 is not too exciting. I'll take the Aether Chaser. Let's try to go as aggro as possible. Fateful Showdown. To any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Discard all the cards in your hand and draw that many cards. Might be. This actually looks compelling. Otherwise, it's Frontline Rebel, which is always a consistent 3/3. Sky Skiff, which is actually better in the white build, or white-black build, because you get a lot of servos. I don't have a Fateful Showdown, but do I even want to? Because it's very hard to play this one. It makes you discard cards. I'll take the Frontline Rebel. There's a chance it might wheel, but most likely it won't. Latinus Sailback's a no-go. Inventor's Gargoyles. Inventor's Goggles. We have one Artificer. I guess now is a good time to take white. No one's been taking... This is also removal in a sense. Alternately, I can go into green. This does ramp us up a bit, and green is probably the one color I want to get into. I think I do want to try cutting green. Just try it out for now. Anyway, if you think I went blue black. I even had two fatal push handed to me, but no dice. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. Maybe it is starting to. I'm starting to suspect that it might be more of a Prince format, in that sense. Though right now, yeah, I don't want to go into. None of these are exciting. I guess I take the Unbridled Growth. There's another Unbridled Growth, but I don't want to take that. I think I want to actually just take Quicksmith Genius here. It does mean we need to have more artifacts though, so we should be in the lookout for green. We have to be on the lookout for either green or maybe even white. Because right now green is not too exciting. I can easily ditch those. Okay, so I did say something about going cheap, but this is an alternative we can do. Because we don't exactly have improvise right now, so I'm actually going to just take the Crusher. So we actually did get the Brawler back. And I'm probably more inclined to take that one because the green is just speculative but not exciting. Ooh-wee. I wonder how. Yeah, if I feel sad about having to. I guess the other issue is you have the fatal push. I believe you also have ways to get your cards down, like say an Unbridled Growth or just basic sacrifice engine so that you can kill 4 CMC cards. None of these are exciting. Let's take the Unbridled Growth. But I probably don't want a second one. Hey, see, we even got this one back, but now I have to decide between one of these two. Yeah, let's take the big guy. We can build the Smash or High Spire Infusion. Let's take the Infusion for now because, and well, I don't want the. Well, let the festivities commence some other. Okay. It's a sad thing we're passing Hunt the Week and Sweatworks Brawler, but I cannot say no to Chandra. Okay, so we're definitely not going to see any of the green cards back here. In fact, we might be left with a few junky artifacts. We might get Sweatworks Brawler back, which would be interesting. Also note, we do have a Sweatworks Brawler, so we should have a plan for that one. Like Ballista Charger, no, I think I'll stick to Iron Tread Crusher for now. Although, just because that's more expensive. Universal Solvent and Pendulum Patterns are actually ways to get the improvised game going, and I want to be on the lookout for that. This one wheeled a lot last time, so we probably should take one of these. What's more likely to help us? I think I'll take the Universal Solvent. Only because we are running Shine Removal. I wouldn't. Yeah, we have Chandra's Revolution. I probably also want another Prophetic Prism at this point. We should also be in the lookout for good green cards. Good green cards. Okay, on the other hand, we can always just take Chandra's Pyro Helix for now. Worst case scenario, we just go mostly mono red. And see if we can ride that. We can ride that lightning in the bottle that way. And we have an interesting alternative here. When it becomes tap for technically any reason. I'm going to take the Renegade Wheelsmith. Let's see if we can speculate on white. Right, there's a Refurbish. Well, I guess Combustible Gearhulk's a good thing to get back. But I'm sorry. We're taking Welding Sparks. Removal is king here. In fact, it's looking like okay, it's looking like the green might not be so hot here. So Inventor's Apprentice, +1/+1 as long as you control an artifact. I don't really want one of these. Actually, I'm not so sure if I want any of these. Maybe there's an argument for Mobile Garrison. I'll take that one. Shame I'm passing the Weir of Invention. There's a Countless Gears Renegade map. I guess this one is fine. Yeah, we'll take the map first, actually. Because we're not even that solid on white yet. See, we got Narnam Renegade back, which is very weird. Now all of a sudden, the green looks good again. Yeah, even if you're not on red, you probably rare draft her for constructed value. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, definitely. It would be a very compelling pick. There'd have to be something really compelling about that pack, and Hunt the Weak was not compelling enough to take. To not take Chandra over. What would be a Okay, the interesting question would be, let's say I was not drafting red to begin with. I was, say, drafting green plus something else. Actually, no, green plus something else, I would probably still run Chandra. Okay, Barricade Breaker attacks each combat if able, or Pendulum of Patterns. Take note, the Sweatworks Brawlers did not come back. So, I think I will take a Pendulum of Patterns here. Yeah, so we take note that those cards did not come back, so that is an issue. Let's just start taking some uncommons. We got a Destructive Tampering. I guess it's fine. Probably would not run it. I'm not so sure if I would run Cathartic Reunion either, but we'll take the Reunion. Built to Smash. If it's an artifact creature, it gains Trample. You still have to crew first. That said, it might be better than High Spire. Wait, is this attacking creature? Yeah, it's attacking creature, so there's a problem. Oh my goodness, there's also Yahini, which I really want to take. But honestly, the correct pick here is the second Welding Sparks. So yeah, I would love Yahini for that one, but this is a case where who are we passing to? Heights. Congratulations, you got a Yahini. And another Chandra's Revolution. We have a Lifecraft Cavalry, which is interesting if we can get some revolt going, but I'm not so sure if we can be very consistent with that. It's at least a 5-mana 4/4. I'm willing to take one. I'm also willing to just take another Chandra's Revolution, though. Yeah, let's take the other Chandra's Revolution. Let's get some... If the fewer green I can get away with, the better. Like here, we have another Sweatworks Brawler. This time I'm more willing to take this one early. So all of a sudden, these green cards are not looking so great anymore. In fact, I'm more willing to go mono red at this point. Like, I'm willing to add the Built to Smash now. I'm willing to add the Cathartic Reunion now. Yeah, a bit. Now, I've remembered seeing a post someone saying that, oh, I managed to get this mono-colored deck, but it didn't pan out well. Well, it's not just getting mono-colored, it's getting the right color of mono-colored. Here's a Fireforge. Let's do a creature sanity check. Oh, wow, we have so many non-creatures. Hold on, we need to take the Aether Chaser. Yep, almost picked the wrong card. Take the Aether Chaser. So we need to start actually making additional cuts. Like, say, the Renegade map's no longer that useful. We might take... Oh, there's an Ornithopter too. I think we'll take the Weldfast Monitor. Oh, we got... Okay, let's see. Nothing really compelling here. Not even the Self-Assembler. Okay, I have a good reason to take Spirebluff Canal. So, but we still need to be on the lookout for actually more creatures now. So, because, let's see, the two vehicles here technically don't count as creatures because we still need creatures to run them. I might even consider cutting the Iron Tread Crusher. We got another creature, but we also have another Welding Sparks. If I get enough creatures, I might cut the Revolution that way. Also note that we don't need to have so much improvise. We just need to have some artifacts for some improvise. Also, this one's relatively okay for us. 3-mana 3/3 removal spell. Like, we might be forced to take a Latnu Sailback at this point. And I think that would be correct. I'm still willing to keep some of these other ones. Maybe the solvent is not so good. I would still rather have the map, I guess. Well, it's either the map or probably actually we put the Iron Tread Crusher back. Okay, so nothing really good here at this point. Not even another Unbridled Growth. White as a splash is not looking so great. Like, we have a Renegade Wheelsmith and a Refurbish. That is a plan. If that's a Spire... Yeah, the Spire Bluff Canal probably would not have made it that far. Well, it depends. At a higher pro level, it probably would not have been picked that early either. But it really... let's see, we got that around 6 picks. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... None of these guys are playing either one of the two colors. None of them are speculating on a splash. That's also a weird gremlin sound. I still need to make cuts though. Okay, cutting the Cathartic Reunion. Though, that's probably... Okay, we probably now take a Salivating Gremlins. We could also take another Pendulum of Patterns. We'll take the Salivating Gremlins for now. Though... Precise Strike, we'll think about that one. Okay, so we have a deck, and at least we don't have to worry about having problems with our mana. I might cut one mountain just to make it easier for me, but that's probably not always recommended. Okay, so let's look over the cuts. Frontline Rebel. We definitely want to keep some of these creatures with 3 power just for the Mobile Garrison and the Iron Tread Crusher. So Sweatbrook's Brawler counts there. We need to be cutting non-creatures, so the Built to Smash is a weird one. Aider Treasure. Gua ulo, I already fixed it na. Guay lang, dito kay kong die. No, tell them to do the payment of that. There's the juice pa, di ba? Just tell them to deduct from there.
Juice.
Sige, yearly
Then yearly sila
Sama naman 5 Just tell them to deduct it from there muna. Then we just talk about the rest next time. So let's see. Do we have enough artifacts for Salivating Gremlins? 8 is probably good enough. Do we have too much removal? Actually, I think I'll cut the Built to Smash. There's also probably a good argument to cut the Ruinous Gremlin, but first of all, we definitely want 8 artifacts here. The Weld Fast monitors are interesting. I'm gonna cut 1 Revolution for now because we do have a good enough removal for this, I guess. So we'll see how well we do. And if we don't do very well, you know what? It's a warm-up draft. It's free draft. I can't complain too much about it. Also, I did forget one other tech. Yeah, you notice that there's a little bit of speckling up there. So I probably should get this cloth. Put it right on top there. And there you go. The light is not shining on the camera anymore. Good job. So we're definitely keeping this. One more... We might not be crewing the Crusher immediately, but we can get a quick Weld Fast monitor. Also, we can decide between... Probably play the Quicksmith Genius first because there's more value in the artifacts later. Opponents so far looks like they're playing mono red as well. Actually, playing mono is relatively easy here because you can just... Your other half could be all artifacts. That said, you want to note the weaknesses and strengths of each individual color. Opponent's not actually playing mono. They ditched that, so we'll let that resolve. So we'll run the Genius first. Next turn we can do Iron Tread Crusher. Let's see, most likely our opponent kills this guy. It's fine. Sky Skiff. Okay, be careful with clicks also. I think our opponent might have a burn spell. Okay, play the Iron Tread Crusher. Then you may discard a card if you do draw a card. I'm gonna choose not to because I have a plan for all these cards. Opponent probably just plays some... Okay, so it's a 5-3. We take a hit for 5. Thank goodness it's only X3. Because that allows us to Sparks the Sky Skiff. Have our genius drive the Ram Tough Truck. And the nice thing is that if our opponent goes for kill the genius, we can respond with, say, Weld Fast Monitor, Crew. Have our opponent worry about that over and over again. Destructive Tampering. Oh, they go for that instead. That's fine. I might actually just discard the Aether Chaser at this point. I don't know if our opponent's gonna have any creatures with a small enough toughness, but actually no, if it's large enough, we can just menace with the Weld Fast Monitor because it's unlikely for it to be cheap. If our opponent drops a bunch of cheap stuff, we have the Pyro Helix on ready. Gear Shift Ace, that's one. So I'm actually gonna probably ditch the front line. I'm trying to remember if there's a card that actually, you know what? We'll just decline. Let's force our opponent to have a Rat effect, which I know is an Amonkhet and not Kaladesh. Wait, actually no, there is a Rat effect. It's Fumigate. So I might have just played myself into that. Oops. Nope. Opponent plays Oval Chase Dragster and concedes, so we get our first win. Whew, not bad, not bad. I'll take that. So I'm doing this warm-up draft now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another draft after this. I probably still will. But at least we got a very good shot on that one. Yeah, our opponent was playing into the vehicles plan, so let's see. This is super slow. I kind of still have to keep this because if I draw other things, it's... Okay, let's see if we can last long enough. Because worst case scenario, we might be able to plus. Okay. If our opponent plays something... Oh, opponent is taking their time, but it's not looking good for us because our opponent is... they might have... I think there's a Naturalize or some sort of other effect there. Anyway, it's not like we're going to be driving this thing anytime soon. So our opponent takes their time and hits 4 mana and does nothing. So we are forced to Prophetic Prism. Hopefully draw into a land, because this is looking like a disaster. Well, not quite a disaster. We can crew this one, untap another, and Dawn Feather Eagle. That's super late. Okay, so I don't see a need to kill it quite yet, and I need to build a board presence first. Untap this guy. And the nice thing of having this number of artifacts is that worst case scenario, I can just equip welding sparks and I can just burn their next thing, though I kind of still want to hit more lands. It's also going to be really sad if I have to... My concerns, our opponent has played nothing for 5 turns. Like, this was their... except this guy. That's the only thing they played. They haven't played anything else since. That's another way to use Prophetic Prism. So... I know there's no Settle the Wreckage. I'm pretty sure our opponent has some sort of removal. Appetite. Yeah, sure. So it's a good thing... Oh, do they actually... Wait, there is some sort of removal. I think... But Impeccable Timing is only like a... It's only like X3, so we probably should avoid attacking with this one. We still have to hit the Dawn Feather Eagle, unless our opponent gives us a bigger target. Opponent still has played nothing, which is very concerning. So I'm actually going to just +1 Chandra to just get the Welding Sparks out. I'm pretty sure our opponent has some way to pump, but I'd rather they use it to defend their Dawn Feather Eagle.
Let's do this. Yup, you're going down.
Let's see if our opponent has a plan to defend this guy. Oh, that's it, go. So... No, opponent doesn't have anything right now. Something's very wrong here. Aviary Mechanic, return another permanent, doesn't exist. There's a Frontline Rebel. So I'm actually gonna ping the Aviary Mechanic first, see if it gets our opponent to do something. I expect it will. Then I need to decide if I'm going to attack or not, because I'm... Okay.
If you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
Okay. I'm actually... Okay. Opponent concedes. Something is very wrong with what our opponent here. I'll take it back. It's not that something's very wrong, but something's very weird. Not wrong, just weird. I need to clarify that because I have to realize that there is a power to words, and sometimes if you say the wrong thing, you might mean worse than you actually meant. So need to be careful with that. So it looks like, turns out, I'll be honest, I usually have very bad experiences with the Kaladesh Remastered. It looks like I guess it looks like the best way to do it is to draft monocolored and draft mythics. So okay, it doesn't help the argument that it's a Prince format. It certainly is, especially if though I wouldn't say it's much a Prince format. It's more like you still have to evaluate the quality of cards, because you're not always going to hit your Chandra, you're not always going to hit your Combustible Gearhulk. I never even showed the opponent the Combustible Gear Hulk. It never turned out to be necessary. I think most likely what happened is our opponent kept a hand of a few cards in several lands and just got flooded. But even then, setting up your first few turns to do nothing except hit a turn 5 play. Okay, we're definitely keeping this. Turn 2 Prophetic Prism. It's a shame that the timing is off with Salivating Gremlins, but I would rather draw the card earlier than later. Also, our opponent's a diamond level player, and they take a mulligan. Well, that said, there is a good reason to play this early. It's essentially a mana rock for our opponent plays Aether Chaser, so they got the better start than we do. And we're starting to draw lands a bit, so I might have to play Salivating Gremlins just to block this guy next turn. Oh, opponent's stuck. So next turn's turn 4, probably just Welding Sparks. Let's see what our opponent has. Sweatworks Brawler. Yeah, we're sparking that. And we got another Sparks as well. So hold it off on defense because we know we can just run out the Enraged Giant next turn. Now there is a way this can go wrong. We did see the Precise Strike last time. So you know what? Let's make them feel confident. Double block. Oh, they're not double blocking. Okay, looks like our opponent might be in trouble. They missed several land drops. They finally hit the swamp. Do I want to play the Gear Hulk this soon? Unlicensed Disintegration. You know what? We probably will. So we mill tree, unless our opponent lets us draw a tree, which we really could use also. Sean, ooh, that's a big hit. I'll take that. That's fine. We got to wipe the board. Opponent is now on Chump Block or Bust. Or they could have another... Oh, Mothfist Squad. Fabricate. Okay, they chose correctly. They're gonna chump with the token. And we play the Latin Sailback. Opponent needs to drop another creature. Aetherborn Marauder. Which, okay, that's good game already, I guess. And there we go. We managed to... It helped us also that our opponent stumbled quite a bit on the mana. So it looks like they might have kept a hand early because they had several cards, but they might have been split evenly between black and red, and they just started drawing more black instead of more red. If they had more red drops, we would have been in trouble. So, yeah, crushing it. Yeah, if we can force them to block and all that. Usually I get antsy about it. I feel like, oh, I have to win as soon as possible. Well, we have to remember that unlicensed disintegration and whatnot exists, so we have to be careful not to overextend if possible. Though it really helped us there that our opponent was way behind on land drops. I think they missed they missed 2 turns of land drops. So even then, I don't think it was just missing. I think it was a combination of both. They were both missing. They were missing a color, and they were the Gear Hulk. Oh yeah, gear. Yeah, 10 damage Gear Hulk. I'll take that. That's probably the best it's ever gonna be. So yeah, we're keeping this one, but we might end up in the same position as our opponent. Although we can lead on Ruinous Gremlin. Okay, maybe not so much. We hit the land. So turn 2 Prophetic Prism, even if it's slightly out of timing. because we need to hit drops as much as possible. This is gonna be the okay, hit a Chandra, but we're not going. Everyone's okay. Everyone's playing slow. I wouldn't say slow, but slower, as in that's another turn where the opponent does nothing. Oh, I just realized that it made an interesting sound. I'm expecting a kill spell, like, right about now. There you go, impeccable timing. There's the kill spell. So this is a crew tree, so we can play the Weld Fast Monitor, then crew the Crusher. Never mind, opponent demolishes that, which I'm fine with. So, let's see.
Today's my lucky day.
Yeah, we have the Welding Sparks back up. We can kit Marionette Master. Oh, splits the party. Wait. Yeah, whenever target opponents, so lose 2 life. I probably could have taken it out first, which might have made more sense, but we're holding on to that. So actually, we might not even. No, we're down to 3 mana, so I can't. Yeah, I kind of goofed on that.
It's playtime.
So the plan here is to hold up Welding Sparks for their next big threat. If they're just gonna remove our stuff, it's kind of fine. Dawn Feather Eagle. Aviary Mechanic bounces the Dawn Feather Eagle back. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Opponent's down to 1 card. Also note that we...
This is gonna hurt.
Also note that we can crack this one to draw a card if we need to. Opponent goes Hidden Stockpile. If our opponent just swings a Chandra, I'm actually gonna let her take the hit. If he has a pump effect, he has to use it now.
Now you're asking for it.
Now, technically, I could have also just plus for the other effect because target the land. Sure. Oh, sige. Hold on. I'll be right back. I need. Okay, opponent's just gonna sack that one. Okay, sorry, I'm back. It looks like he woke up really poorly. Actually, what happened was his father shook him off the bed, so he's very cranky right now. Opponent's passing doesn't mean they don't have anything. Well, unfortunately, also means we don't have anything. You know what? We're going to just exile the top card, see if we can hit something good. Nope, deal damage. So we're actually gonna hold the Weld Fast Monitor back and just crack the card late. I'm tempted to swing, but I'm concerned he might have impeccable timing or some sort of... I don't think there's a flash creature. We'll just swing. If he has removal, let the removal come. We'll draw the card end of turn. It's okay. Opponent has a weaponcraft enthusiast, so that's a 2/3. Or he fabricates to start getting the hidden stockpile going, which is actually very good, if not somewhat annoying. Opponent might actually start scrying. Oh, of course he scries sacks a 0/1. Opponent is also okay, let's crack this. Wow, we're really flooding here, so definitely... Yeah, nope. Definitely keep exiling. Target creature... Yeah, sure, we're actually gonna do that. Yeah, just pay the mana. They sack in response. Oh, they didn't sack in response. I'm pretty sure they could have responded to that. I cast that card. Yeah, he cast that card, so it goes on the stack. He could have responded. Chose not to. So... I'm going to swing again, this time with once more with feeling. This should force a double block. Nope. Opponent's gonna probably start swinging up against Chandra. We need to start hitting our other stuff, but we actually dug through several more cards because of Chandra. Opponent... Yeah, they're gonna swing at Chandra. They have no intention of blocking.
You will be a pile of ashes.
She's very angry. Okay, so sacks a creature, gets a creature back. Will not be able to block, so actually we'll see if we can swing for the win. We got Sweatworks Brawler, so let's play the land first. Play the Sweatworks Brawler. Activate ability. Now we're hoping this hits. Our opponent make obsolete creatures your opponent's control get -1/-1. Okay, so makes obsolete. Okay. Saves themselves that way. Okay. So we probably semi-signal to our opponent that we have something more expensive. Our opponent might start catching up though, so that's a concern. They probably sacrifice the one we block. The nice thing is that there is Menace. I forgot that this was an instant. Aviary Mechanic returns a land just to Okay, we hit the Quicksmith Genius. It's kind of genius there. Exile the top card.
This'll be easy.
Frontline Rebel, we'll cast that. No, opponent has to can't chump block, has to block with both because that has Menace. We're gonna eventually get through there. It's gonna take a while. Block with the Genius. Opponent probably sacks in response, gets a token back. They're really desperate at this point. Wanna go to bed? Go to sleep? Okay, go to sleep. Okay, hit the mountain, which we didn't need, so we're going to exile the top part of our library, see if we hit...
Oh, this is gonna
We'll take
hurt.
that. Now, the first strike helps us quite a bit also. So I'm forced to swing with the Rebel. I might as well swing with the Quick Smith Genius as well. So that means our opponent has to block at least one of them. He's just gonna chump and go for Chandra. Not exactly the best well, it depends. Our opponent did draft a really sweet deck. So much Revolt, so much Fabricate. It's really very good. Also have to be very careful. We are technically one big bomb or removal spell away from disaster. Fortuitous Find. Okay, so take note. They get to kill Chandra. But is the cost worth it? Because
Guess you don't need me anymore.
oh, it gives it vigilance also. Okay. Yeah, we got 10 lands. Hold on, we need to do a sanity check. 11, so there's like 5 left. 5 out of 13. No, we declined because the Latin sailback is relatively big. Now, I know there was a discussion before, like, oh, you want to discard your... Like, you want to discard your second best card in anticipation of hitting your best card. Though I'm not too fond of the odds in this case. Opponent goes Malphus Squad. They're basically Steve Rogers. They can do this all day. So my concern is that if we play Gear Hulk, they're definitely gonna make us draw 3 cards. Okay, so I swing with Latnu Sailback. We could still lose this game. I might actually just swing with the Quicksmith Genius too. Oh no, we hold the Genius back at least. Because here's the thing, we have to... We lost one vehicle, but we still have a second one. Let's double check. Yeah, we lost the bigger vehicle, but we still have a smaller vehicle. And that probably might be relevant enough. Opponent's also starting to hit their... Oh wow. Wait, do they have an enchantment they can get back? Wait, it's artifact or enchantment? They have neither. If they could sack it to the... Yeah, he's gonna do that. Our opponent's actually scried quite a bit, so it's kind of the equivalent of drawing cards. It's not helping that we are getting flooded really badly. We actually also want to hold on to this one land because we do have enough artifacts to trigger. Opponent is just sacking stuff. I think our opponent might get to the point... Oh, they kept it on top, so they definitely wanted that. Sweatworks Brawler. We're actually giving our opponent a bit of a hand here. Like, we're 10 cards down. We're 10% to hit... Essence Extraction, okay. Okay. Got our second Aether Chaser. We're just literally waiting to hit it big. Now it's 1 in 9. We'll actually take the hit. You know what? Hit us. So now they have to sack that. They might have gotten back to the cards that they put on the bottom last time, so... But they're still hitting lands, which is an issue. You're gonna have to be very patient about this. Like, I don't see a point swinging with Aether Chaser if it's just gonna eat the Dawn Feather Eagle. Like, we can wait. Besides, at this point, we're more likely to die from decking out at this point. Opponent probably has... I'm assuming that this is a ton of removal. We need to double check Daring Demolition. That's a sorcery, so... Airdrop Aeronauts. Okay, they're catching up again. If our Combustible Gearhulk is literally our last card, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Our opponent's gonna start swinging now, so... we can't be helped. Opponent's really patient. I think they're We also have to do some math here because we know it's 7 on the air, so we kind of want to avoid... 14 and all that. Oh, come on. Let's see, we're at 6. We never... No, our opponent got back the Dawn Feather Eagle, so that's kind of... Okay, so we're gonna pass. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's no more lands in our deck. Everything is gas at this point. So I'm actually gonna block with Aether Chaser, knowing our opponent probably has a pump spell or removal, because I want him to get it out of the way. Or they just sacrifice it, that's fine. Just have to be careful because we know our opponent is very likely to just let us draw with Combustible Gearhulk at this point. Use the Aether Revolt. Okay. Not Welding Sparks. We do need to kill the Airdrop Aeronauts. Let's see, our opponent has a way to pump it, I guess? Sacrifices it. Ah, that's fair. Down to the wire. It's, well, very late at this point. I'm not conceding until I hit my trump card. It's gonna be in the bottom. I'm so sure of it. Actually, let's see. Did we haven't scryed anything at all, so we have no way of knowing. I'm actually gonna pass. I know we have enough artifacts, so. Yeah, hidden stockpile is very good. Opponent, actually, if you notice all the cards our opponent drafted, none of them are wasted. Listen, almost every card had that mechanic one way or was either a fabricate or revolt. Unfortunately, this one can't be blocked by artifact creatures. So actually, based on this, we block this. We go down to 1. It's gonna be sad if it turns out we draw another artifact. Do we have another World Fast? Our other World Fast monitor is there. Iron Tread Crusher, Pendulum. Oh, it's so sad. Might not really matter. We could have also double blocked. We probably should have double blocked this guy because we know that our opponent was... Sky Skiff. Yeah, we're definitely dead at this point. Okay, so there's the mobile garrison. I figured we would draw this one. We're down to our last 2 cards. We're down to our last card. And the thing is, the Gear Hull kills us, so it literally is down to our last card. Yeah, just say good game. Just play it, concede. I should probably just... They have us draw 3 cards, we lose because this was so in the bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness. Oh well, it was okay. Our opponent held out for so long. So did we. So, and with that, I think that's like 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 wins, 1 loss. I'll accept it because it took so bloody long. Let's see if we can push on the next ones. Also, yep, usual stuff. Let's see if we can. Let's shake that off. At least we can say that we actually got to play with all the cards in our deck. So, okay, turn to Pendulum. Pendulum's fine. I think I should check. Maybe I do want the Solvent instead of the Pendulum. That said, the Pendulum did help us draw a card, so it's actually kind of fine too. You would have thought that I actually needed more removal. So we do want to hit another. We do want to hit another mana for. Actually, Guiltless Crane. Let's see what our opponent gets off this. We might not... Okay, looks like they whiffed. Yeah, I'm gonna play Prophetic Prism because we need to hit our next land drop, which is fine because this gives us Enraged Giant. Interland Drake and opponent's on the flyer plan. So next turn we still technically have only 4 mana, so we need to be careful what we do. I would not be surprised if our opponent does have removal for this guy, but it does get out of the way. Mobile Garrison. Okay. So this has a crew of 2, so... Let's mess up their mana also while we're at it. Like, I could have played Chandra also, but it just gets killed if I do it for the kill plan. So the plan here is to force our opponent to drop another creature. Maybe crew the Garrison. So we hit another mana. Technically, I can hold this up now because it's literally just to draw a card. Our opponent might have double Impeccable Timing. Or a bounce spell, which is fine. The thing to remember is that we probably want to be holding up these sparks, so I don't want to play Chandra quite yet. Aider Trade Winds. Okay. So, yeah, we let that bounce back. So let's see if our opponent most likely plays the land, plays a creature, crews the Garrison. Okay, Cloud Blazer. Okay, gets a big benefit. I want them to crew the Garrison first so we can snipe that and so I can stop worrying about it. So we get hit for 1. We can probably swing with the Enraged Giant again. which we probably will do. Because that's a threat that our opponent knows. Kind of missing one land so I can do like the mobile garrison welding sparks. I could also do Chandra into welding sparks, which is not so great. Opponent now finally has enough blockers. Revoke privileges. Okay. So we hit a Quicksmith Genius. Need to decide if I need to burn anything right away. Probably not. Oh, I probably should. Oops, I made a mistake. I should have played the Genius first, but then again, I don't think I would have discarded. I might not have discarded anything next turn anyway. Also, no. Oh, yeah. Revoke privileges, so this can't crew the vehicle. It's going to have to be whatever creature I drop. We're now at even 10 apiece. Let's see what our opponent's next drop is. Wisp. You may exile another target creature you control. Ooh, nice. We will have to burn that because that's a very big threat. Also, drawing 2 cards is a big issue for us. No, we're not discarding Chandra. We need to see if we can deal enough damage so that we can surprise our opponent with Chandra, then just deal with the plus and just deal damage that way. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So by itself it won't be enough. Oh, they have another Cloud Blazer. Wow. Looks like our opponents are drafting really synergistic stuff. So it's 9 something. I'm actually okay. Let's see. Crew of 2. Audacious Infiltrator. Okay. They might as well go for it because they can technically kill us next turn. So that plan's a bit out. That plan's out already. So Chandra, Cloud, Nuke, Swing. Hold on. 3, 6, 7. Also note, can't be blocked by artifact creatures. So I'm actually swinging with only these 2. Although I can technically swing with all 3 and just untap one guy. So we have to give up on this one. Hopefully that's enough to keep us alive.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, force the block there. We still can't win on this board by itself. We still need extra help. I'm assuming that Chandra dies, so not dies, she leaves. She gets annoyed with us. When it's hit 8 mana. Tezzeret's Ambition. If you can. Double Cloud Blazer Actually, it's triple Cloud Blazer considering our opponent got to blink it. And what did they discard? Planes. Okay, makes sense. This could easily be a Metallic Rebuke. Well, it doesn't matter. We can't exactly... We need to hit something good or we are not going to win from this position anyway. We can crack the draw card, but
I don't need
it
this.
yeah, we probably won't win this one. Our opponent's just... And it's not looking good also for us because we could our opponent could just make us draw 3 cards if we say hit the Gear Hulk and we hit a land. Might as well crack that once, but not our day today. So I guess it's a game telling me time to go to sleep. It's very late already. Should have tried to attack the force opponent to block. I should have tried to attack the 3 power creature. I think I might have missed one opportunity on that one. We were definitely behind at that point. Actually, but let's be honest. 6 life, 6 cards off the Cloud Blazers. Not very easy to come back to. So, what time is it now? I think we're close to 1 hour. 1 hour already. So, oh, we're past an hour already. On the previous opponent. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I might have been overcautious on that one. Who was to say that Combustible Gear Hulk was the last? Oh, but sometimes it does happen, so we'll have to accept that next time. On the bright side, you can say that we are not getting... We just tend to get flooded, but we don't tend to get messed up by our cards, so we'll accept that. Yeah, I forgot to change this out to... Then again, Solvent, we don't always hit 7 mana. We're forced to play Frontline Rebel because... No. If our opponent swings anyway, we take the hit. Or we can force them to have the pump spell. No, we take the hit. Let's see what their follow-up play is. Sweatworks Brawler, okay. Now, I could have forced him to block that one, but I actually want this guy to keep going through. Another Sweatworks Brawler. Oh, this is gonna be so interesting. Well, it would be more interesting if I can hit one more land, though. Although our opponent did get stuck on lands too. World Fast Monitor. Now they're going aggro. This is gonna feel so bad. Opponent finally hits their 4th mana. I kind of wish we can do the same. At least we know we have a follow-up. Consulate Turret. It's target player or planeswalker, or they can start making tokens. So we'll see if that becomes relevant. This is going to be an interesting race. We probably could lose it, depending on what our opponent's next drop is. It's going to make another token, which probably makes sense. We'll take the hit. Let's see if our opponent has a follow-up drop. I'm pretty sure they have a 4 mana drop somewhere. No, they don't, which scares me. Opponent might finally have a way around this. It's a good thing that there is improvised, so I can just use this. Okay, just chump block. Let's see if our opponent has their own welding. They probably have their own welding sparks. Yeah, they did. There we go. It's a sparks battle. Burn, baby, burn. Oh well. Opponent goes Chandra's Revolution. Oh, it locks us out of 1 mana. That could be an issue. Okay. Fortunately, we hit it back, so we can do the same thing to them. Now I'm gonna lock out the green one because that's more scary for me than the other option. Wow, it's been a battle of surviving mana screw for the most part. We technically have one more Chandra's Revolution. I need to consider if I want to put that in. But we went through most of our opponent's creatures, which is something. I can also just crack this to draw a card. Let's play Lapnu Sailback first. Now, they can easily have a Welding Sparks for this one. Which, well, I could have played the Aether Chaser first, I guess, if that was the case. Opponent has a Bristling Hydra. Oh, wow. Nice. So we can make it a 5/4. Chandra's Pyro Helix. Not gonna quite cut it. So we have a... This doesn't have trample, so I can basically chump with this for the time being. I have to... I'm trying to remember if there's a direct damage spell, because I could swing with Aether Chaser to give me a second chump blocker. Probably might want to block now, because... Okay, now I can force him to spend now, which does nothing. Yeah, the threat of activation is a real deal. Let's see if Eager Construct. Each player might scry 1. I might want to snipe that. Oh, it's an ETB. I don't have to snipe it. Yes, we are scrying 1. We are keeping that. So we know end of turn we want to... We want to Pyro Helix our opponent. Now, I'm pretty sure our opponent lets us draw 3 cards. And there's Appetite for Hunger, which at least we will get to draw 3 cards. We might still be dead by then, but we'll see. It's a tough act, I suppose. Opponent's not gonna let mill us. Or they can... Yeah, they let us draw 3 cards. Not so great. We do hit an Aether Chaser, which is something. Opponent's gonna start doming us instead. So let's see how our opponent gets out of this. They've used up 2 Welding Sparks. Ruinous Gremlin. Oh, that will do it. Okay. Yeah, the lowly Gremlin. Nice one, nice one. So we take 6, we go... Oh, we're dead already. Good game. Yeah, the game is telling us, go to sleep already, it's very late. But you know what, I'll take it. It's like you and the opponent slapping each other silly. Oh well, the sparks are flying. And we did not exactly make it this far, but you know what? That's fine, because it means I can call it a night for real. We'll probably do another draft at the usual time around 8:30ish tomorrow. We'll try to do one more. I don't know if it will be as good as this one, but I'll do it anyway. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this quick episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. yeah, thank you for joining me, Jericho. I'm surprised you're still up also. But you know what? There has to be an end to all things, and I'll take Kari Zeva's consolation prize. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great weekend. It's already Friday.